I think all of my opinions are unpopular.
I think you're unpopular.
Tell that to the 4 people who are going to watch this.
Love you 4 subscribers.
Welcome to People's Reddit. Today we're going to be jumping into the subreddit that I identify with most personally, r/unpopularOpinion. Our first post comes from user All Strangers and is entitled, "Being in an open relationship is basically saying I want to sleep around with a bunch of people, but I'm scared to be lonely." He says emotional relationships with someone that you are intimate with are super complicated. Managing people's needs and emotions and raising children together is a very big responsibility. How does one give to more than one person? If these open relationships aren't just about sex, how do you make time for dates, getting to truly know someone, etc., without neglecting your primary relationship? Not to mention, you don't know if your partner is taking precautions and using/wearing protection. You can sleep with as many people as you want, just don't be in a relationship while you do it. Let's see what the peanut gallery says. User Big Boy Cock says, if you ask to start one when you are already in a relationship, it's basically saying you found a person and want to fuck them. That seems pretty straightforward. Yeah, fine. I wonder how I'd approach that. Like, you go up to your wife and be like, sweetie, nobody in particular. Definitely nobody you know, but how would you feel about me boning other people? You chuckled, so jovial? We're cool with that? That's my way of asking. We're opening up our relationship now. That's cool, right? Oh, thank God. No, I didn't have anybody in mind, though. User Norma fucking Senva recently got asked if I wanted to do this with my now ex-girlfriend and told her to get bent. If you want to sleep with other people, that's fine, but I'm not going to be waiting at home for you with open arms. How little do you think of me? Another user gave the story of a friend. Yeah, in my experience, not personal, a friend, she had basically realized she wanted to fuck a ton of guys. She already had been cheating, like once or twice a year on vacation, but realized how thirsty guys were and that they still wanted to fuck her. She's like 33 with a couple kids. She banged her way through Tinder for about a week before they just ended it. He actually built an addition into the side of his house so she could still live there and take care of their kids. After a few months of cycling through Tinder rejects, she got lonely and realized it was slim pickings as far as actual emotional connections and wanted him back. But he had already found a sweet chick who got along with his kids and basically moved her into the main house. This is my wife's best friend. I was totally all for it until I found out she was fucking her ex every time she went to Vermont. Then I knew it was done for as soon as it started. Only because they were lying to themselves about wanting to spice things up. They were just using it to deaden the air while she separated. She's kind of crazy now. Accused my wife of sleeping with her ex-husband last time we stayed over. I don't drink anymore and was sober the whole night. She never left my side, as well as the ridiculous route you would have to go to get to the main house. I don't know, the chick passed out drunk at like 11 and swears my wife snuck out of the bedroom to bang her ex around midnight. I was smoking with the guy till 2 a.m. So unless he's got a twin or doppelganger, then I'd bet she didn't do it. But who knows, it's 2020. Maybe they FaceTime fucked or something. Next post says, I have no sympathy for people who complain about their body or self-esteem issues without making an effort to improve themselves. Many social movements in recent years have pushed the idea that everyone is entitled to a high self-esteem regardless of their efforts to improve themselves. I don't agree.
Did you write this?
I told you, this is why nobody likes me. You cannot complain about feeling bad about your body if you are unwilling to improve yourself. People making these efforts are deserving of praise, but those who are not deserve nothing. Obviously, people shouldn't be bullied, but saying everyone is equally beautiful is a lie. See what the thoughts were on that one. User Fire Escape Route filed a different complaint, saying, or the people that complain about their perfectly fine bodies, knowing someone will say, oh no, don't say that, you look great. Yeah, those people suck.
I'm so ugly.
I knew that one girl who would, if only not everybody thought I was ugly.
Then you get like 30 comments like, what? You're beautiful.
Well, no, she'd been doing it for too long. So she had like no comments. I bet no one will share this and say that I'm beautiful. Shut up. Maybe you need to not feel beautiful for a second.
Oh god, true.
Now the winner of our username of the day, user Foreskin Straw Slurp, said, I'm in this post and I don't like it. He's just a self-aware fat person, basically. User Skankin' Tickle says, hey, we got some good ones today. As someone with a crumbling body and sports injuries that prevents them from really working out and being active at age 25, no less, I hate when people complain about their body / having to work out. I'd kill just to be fat with healthy joints and an opportunity to lose weight and get fit over what I have now. That sucks. Moral of the story, don't play sports, but, be kind of active. User Kineticore21 says, I have a friend who does this all the time. I love her to death, and we've been friends for 12 years now, but she has complained about her weight for the entire 12 years. She's pretty overweight and always has been, but has literally never tried to change her lifestyle habits in any way. I never know what to say when she says, I'm so fat. I mean, at some point you just gotta be like, yeah, you are. User Child of Bingus takes it, a little bit too far the other direction and says, I am an extremely fat and ugly dude, and I can say I deserve absolutely no sympathy because I don't work towards improving my body, and I am also generally an annoying, worthless piece of shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna be sympathetic towards you, but that's a little bit much. Really, the reason you don't deserve sympathy is because you spelled towards wrong. User Lunyon3101, I have no idea what he was saying. I think he was very drunk when he said, you should love you by what you really are. You didn't born looking like a beach ball, you're diabetic fatso. I have no idea. I think he was trying to be mean, but I think he fell asleep on the keyboard while he was doing it. Our next unpopular opinion says, weddings are a waste of money. Here in the US, it's shameful how much money people spend on one freaking day for a wedding. If I had the choice of seeing my friend get married or using that 20 grand to buy a house, I'd rather see them not have a wedding and use that money to save for the future. Their kids' college fund, or in their retirement account, or just using it for anything else other than blowing it on one day. Weddings are needlessly expensive. An alarming amount of people have these over-the-top weddings not for the partner, but to show off how great they apparently are. Literally any other use of the money other than spending that much money on a one-day party. You can get married and have a ceremony and not spend tens of thousands of dollars. I agree with you, except for the use of the word literally. That word, I guess, needs to just be retired from the English language. We've ruined it. User RickRollo23 said, no kidding. My friend got married and his wife had control of the budget. She did a barn wedding, vintage everything, yuppie catering. Damn thing was $40,000. When you're going to get married to a woman, you just have to, after you propose, let her start wedding planning and stuff. And the second she goes over $600, that's when you know she's not the one. User Whores of the Industry replied, yeah, I live in the New York tri-state area and $40,000 gets you a modest wedding. Even in South Jersey, my friends have weddings in the $100,000s and up figure. Usually you try to cover the plate with your wedding gift, if not a bit over. The best way to do a wedding here with over 50 people attending is to use a good wedding planner. User Gooner Tray says, abso-fucking-lutely. If someone had a baby on the way or had been saving for a house and said, I'm gonna take you 10 grand savings to Vegas and blow it all in one day on drugs and hookers, you would rightfully call them the most stupid and selfish person imaginable. This user said, average spending budget for a wedding is like $5,000 for normal people, then to $15,000 to $25,000 for fancier bitches, then you got $50,000 for them feckers who really want to flex the kind of coin they'll get from the divorce. Anyway, even if I had just $5,000 to $10,000 budget, I'd spend the vast majority on a nice long honeymoon. That's where the real memories are made. One-eyed blink. Next post comes from user NFG Blackbird. If you know that your friend or their significant other is cheating and you don't notify the person being cheated on, then you are an accessory to the infidelity. Way to use legal terms there. I've heard stories of people saying that they know that their friend is cheating or being cheated on, but don't want to say anything because it's not their place. It absolutely is your place. Notify the partner about the infidelity rather than letting the relationship go on with a major lie. If you see this happen and choose to say nothing, you're just as bad as the cheater. You're not a very good friend. But there's some good counterpoints in the comments. User Dull Community countered with, hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it more than once. Person goes to friend, tells them significant other is cheating. Friend ultimately doesn't believe them, either out of denial or because his significant other convinced them otherwise, and stays with the significant other anyway. Friend may even get angry at person, maybe accuse them of lying or trying to sabotage their relationship. Friend then distances themselves from person, either out of embarrassment that they know the truth or out of anger for their interference. I think a lot of people don't want to risk losing their friend. But then again, if the friend finds out on their own and realizes person knew and didn't tell them, they're usually pretty upset at person anyway for being a bad friend. So you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Cheaters are horrible and ruin everything. Here. Well, if your friend's gonna leave you for being honest with them, then maybe you don't want them as a friend anyway. This user said, every time I've ever told a friend they're getting cheated on, I've lost that friend. The other person will twist them up inside and turn them so it is me, just me, trying to break them up. The only winners are the cheaters. It's why they do it.
How many friends do you have that were cheating on their spouse?
I know. This has not a single time been relevant to me.
Never, and he's like, oh, again?
You need to tell your friends to quit marrying shitty people. This user said, it happened to me multiple times. Some friends even became enemies. Sometimes the couple decides to make up and both turn against me for being the whistleblower. Like I'm a jealous, crazy, meddling bitch for bursting their bubble. Honey, your man/woman is fucking half the city. I'm concerned of your mental and STD status. I've learned to not care and not get myself involved. Relationships are too messy. Now I can understand a jaded approach. If your opinion is your opinion because you're too cynical, then I feel for you. But user Big Gulps Whelp wins the internet today with his comment, my best friend had a girlfriend who cheated on him with another really good friend of mine. This other friend and I went to a concert and I overheard him admitting to having sex with my best friend's girlfriend. I walked out and made him come outside and basically told him, I'm not going to tell them, either you are or she is. That is that. If within a month you don't tell him, I will. It ended up being longer than a month of pussyfooting, but they finally got around to it. Once my friend heard, he immediately called me and broke down. It was sad, but he was appreciative of how the situation was handled. Sometimes just outright saying XYZ cheated isn't the best approach, because people in the end will believe what they want to believe, and the source does matter. I've seen it cost friendships because someone refused to believe their friend was telling the truth. You, sir, are a good friend. That was well thought out. This user says, bashing/making fun of religion is getting old on Reddit. Yep, we get it. 99% of people on Reddit are atheists. We don't need to hear about how stupid God and religion is every minute. You're an atheist. Good on you. And if you're religious, then good on you too. I don't care, but religious bashing is old, and people who make fun of someone's beliefs is sad and pathetic. We should just be kind and love each other no matter what. But it's Reddit, so it's never going to stop. I suppose that's fair. I don't get religiously offended when people make fun of religion. I get comedically offended. Like, if I have to hear one more goddamn reference to the flying spaghetti monster, or see one more picture of a shit-eating grin walking out of a Barnes & Noble having put the Bibles into the fiction section, I want to hit you. Not even because I disagree with you, but because it's not funny. Anyway, it's played out. It was funny the first time I saw it.
Comedically offended.
I am comedically offended. User Johnny Mary Seed said, hating on children, hating on political parties, hating on religion, hating on companies, hating on the rich. All Reddit does is get itself heated over dumb shit. I'd love if we could go back to fat people hate. r/fat people hate. That got banned right as I really started using Reddit. I understand why. Those people were dicks. Startling response from You Stink Like Egg says, I love watching kids fall over. I don't give a shit about your kids. I just thought that was a funny comment. It's a wrong channel.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to me talk about the unpopular things that I usually agree with. Tell me in the comment section what opinions get you in trouble at parties. Come back for the next time. I'll fucking call you, bitch!